How's it going, guys? My name is MYQ, and today I'm bringing you guys the very first episode of All Alone. And this series is going to be super interesting and super fun, and something new in the community that I haven't seen happen in a long time. So what this is a player review series called All Alone, and we are going to be picking your guys' comments and whoever you guys decide you want me to review. We are going to review that player. We are going to play 5 games with that specific player on a team full of like base cards and like silver cards. We get the full potential and full review out of that one specific player. We are going to be rating that player based on their shooting, their skating, their hands, their physicality, puck control, all of that fun stuff. And we are going to be giving him an overall rating at the end of the video. So like, say for example, we review a Barkov and we rate him a F tier, and F being the worst and the S tier being the best. Obviously there's an A, B, C tier, obviously, but S is the best and F is the worst. So we're going to be looking at his stats after 5 games and some goals and some clips that I gather just from playing with him and recording, obviously. But hopefully that made sense. I'm sure as the video goes on and I explain more, you guys will follow along way better. But that's just a quick like gist of it, kind of what we're going to be doing from now on the channel. But for this video, I actually picked a card that I want to review first. But here from now on out, you guys are going to be telling me and picking who you guys want me to review. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into who we're reviewing for the first episode, and let's just make this happen. All right, boys, so the very first card we are going to be reviewing for this All Alone series is going to be Evo Mangiapane. He is one of the most sought after Evo cards right now, just because he's scoring at an insane rate this year in the NHL. I'm pretty sure his cards start off at an 84 or 85, but no one expected him to be popping off with like 16 goals this year so far. So he is the first card we are going to be reviewing. As you guys can see, his stats are insane. He has a gladiator and well-rounded, obviously close quarters. I'm going to show you guys his full stats, so I'm going to hide my face cam. He's an insane card stat-wise. He has amazing shooting stats, really good speed, good hands. So I'm excited to show you guys how this card plays. And honestly, I hope I explained this whole All Alone series to you guys the best, and hopefully it made sense to you guys. So basically, we're going to be playing 5 games with Mangiapane. We are going to be rating him on a tier list for his skating, shooting, hands, checking, and defense on a scale from S being the best and F being the worst. And I will have like graphics on the screen just so you guys can keep up with what I'm trying to say. But without further ado, let's roll some of the clips and some of the gameplay I had with my 5 games with Evo Mangiapane. Alright guys, so you guys had just watched some of the clips that I got with Mangiapane in the 5 games that I played with him for this series. So the first thing I noticed about Mangiapane was his hands. With the last clip you guys saw, his hands were just insane. He went by between the legs by one defenseman. So for that reason, we are going to be putting him in the S tier. I really like Mangiapane's hands. They feel so clean. They feel exactly like Patrick Kane. Um, in most of the games that I play with him, the hands is one of the biggest things that actually got me the scoring chances. Just because of one of the sole reasons I'll explain later when we get to his other categories. But his hands were really helpful with his play style, and especially given his height and his weight. I feel like he kind of has to have good hands, or else the card will just dramatically just decrease as the year goes on. So if Mangiapane scores more goals, his hands are obviously going to get better, so that's kind of crazy. So I'm going to give him an S tier for his hands. That was one of my favorite things with Mangiapane's card. All right, so next up, we are going to be rating Mangiapane's shooting. As you guys saw in some of the clips, the face-off play, the one-timer was very good. His one-timer feels insane for his height and weight. So for that, we are going to be giving him an A tier. There were some instances where the puck just went nowhere with him, though, so that's the only reason why we're giving him an A tier. The puck's obviously not guaranteed to go in with him every time. Obviously, if it's a really good pass and a good setup, Mangiapane will bury the puck 99.9% of the time. There was a few scenarios where he took some wrist shots and such that you guys saw in the video, and a couple of them hit crossbar. Obviously, he's not a sniper build, so he's not going to be sniping left and right, but Mangiapane does have a very good shot, and he will do your HUT team just perfectly fine on the third and fourth lines. And that's where he is on my main team. He's on the fourth line for me, so he doesn't see much ice, so I feel like he doesn't have to have great shooting stats unless this is a card you're going to be buying to put on your first and second line. And that's kind of why we're making this video, to tell you guys how the card plays and to be honest. But yeah, his shooting stats is pretty okay in the 5 games I play with him, so we're going to be giving him an A tier. Next up, we are doing his speed. In the 5 games I played with Mangiapane, he felt fairly fast. There was times where he felt sluggish. The thing I will say about him that I didn't like is his endurance. I felt like his endurance was awful. I almost feel like he was on the ice for maybe like 10 seconds and he went up and down and he was it. That was it for him. So for his skating, I want to say we'll give him a tier as well. Again, just for the sole purpose of his endurance. His endurance isn't great, but he flies for sure. He's definitely one of the fastest cards I've used this year. Given his size, again, like he's very fast. He's 92 speed, I think. And you can definitely see that in game too. In the gameplay, there was a few scenarios in the clips that I got that he wheeled by the defenseman without a doubt, easily. And the guys I was playing did have good teams, but obviously Mangiapane was a solo man out there with the team that I had around him. But Mangiapane was very fast, and I liked the way he skated, so we're gonna give him an A tier for that. Last but not least is his balance. So balance in this series pretty much means physicality, puck control, how well he does on the like against the boards and down low. And in my opinion, this is not a card that you will want to go after if you like having big wingers and such. Mangiapane is not going to be your guy because there was so many cases where I had the puck down low and I was trying to cycle with him and, you know, get the cross crease open, and he just got thrown off the puck like a rag doll. So for that, you're going to be giving him a C tier just for that, for the physicality and his, obviously he's a shorter build. He's like a Patrick Kane, so you kind of expect that if you're going to be targeting this card, and that's probably the biggest reason why people aren't using Mangiapane a lot in the community. And if you are wondering if you're gonna pick him up, he is not the guy for you. If you like Mikko Rantanen's builds, he's not gonna be that kind of player. He gets bumped off of everything, and I was playing these games and I was getting so annoyed because every 2 seconds he was just getting bumped from behind or tapped, and he was flying all over the ice. So depends on how you play. If you're, I don't know, but he gets bumped off the puck a lot. Overall, though, I want to say Mangiapane is a very good HUT card. He is definitely not a bad option. Especially, I feel like he's kind of rare too. He goes for quite a bit. I think he goes for about 600 or 700k. And obviously, every goal he scores, he goes up 1 overall in game that he scores in real life. So he has 8 more goals till he gets a 99 overall. So definitely doable. He will probably reach that fairly soon, probably before February, maybe. He'll be at 99 probably, hopefully, if he keeps up his pace. So yeah, overall, we are going to be giving him an A-. The biggest thing that threw me off from the Mangiapane was the physicality and just the way he holds onto the puck and his work down low. is the only thing that really turns me away from this card. Those first 5 games I showed you guys were the only games I've ever played with Mangiapane, and I was expecting a little bit more. But obviously he produced in the categories that I knew he would produce in, so like skating, shooting, and hands. I knew already that he was going to be filthy with those. But when I saw his card and his size and his weight, I knew he wasn't going to be the best with the puck. So yeah, if you guys are going to buy Mangiapane after this video, just know that he is not the guy for you if you like to get down low and to work for, you know, creating some space. Alrighty, boys. So in 5 games played with Mangiapane, he had 9 goals and 1 assist. So in 5 games, I put up 10 points with Mangiapane. Again, I played 5 games with him, but I actually traded for Mangiapane. I traded an X Factor McDavid. And when I received the card, it already had the games played, so I actually only played 5 with him. I don't know where 13 came from. The guy that I got him from must have played games with Mangiapane previously, but I promise you guys I only played 5 games with him, and he had 10 points. So 9 goals and 1 assist. Obviously, he's more of a scorer because of his hands and his speed. But there was one pretty good play that I got an assist with him. So all around, very good card. So, you know, you can't complain. If you have this card, if you pull this card, hold on to him. He's nasty. He's only going to get better too, right? His puck control and his strength is only going to get better. So I'm excited to see where this card ends up come 2 months. Alrighty, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed All Alone Episode 1, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new. And obviously leave down in the comment section which card you guys want me to review next in the next episode for All Alone. It can be literally any card in the game that you guys want to see, whether it's an X Factor, whether it's an icon, whether it's a Evo card. You know, let me know down in the description, and hopefully this series can go on all year, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Again, it's been MYQ, and until the next episode, I'm out. Peace.